Hey, good morning, everybody. It's another fun-filled episode of Long Car Rides with Jesse. And this is a little bit of a response to Jason Nieves' recent Ramblings of a Nerd video he did about Man of Steel 2, which I probably should have done something by now, but I didn't, just never got around to it. And his video was a little bit of the kick in the butt that I needed, so here you go. And bear with me before I begin. I've got like sinus problems going on, so I might sound a little stuffy. And it's also early in the morning, so I'm going to work. So anyways, if those factors really mean anything. Anyway, so yeah, Man of Steel 2. I had said things before about it in my previous vlog at the beginning of the year. And some of those things, things have happened since then. Mainly, the movie being pushed back 10 months, which that really completely came out of left field for me. I didn't see that coming whatsoever. Caught me up really by surprise, and I was not in my happy place when that happened, not at all. It was originally supposed to come out July 17th, 2015. They moved it back 10 months to May 6th, 2016. Just kind of interesting that Ant-Man has vacated its original release date and has taken over Man of Steel 2, Batman vs. Superman's original release date, which is kind of interesting. But you can't really blame him for that. I don't blame him. Yeah, pushed back 10 months. Came out of left field. Why have they pushed it back 10 months? Well, we don't know, because Warner Brothers and DC Comics, Zack Snyder, the Christopher Nolan team, whoever you want to blame, have a track record for keeping the fanboys in the dark about all of this stuff. And I mean, they did it with, they did it a lot with Man of Steel. Man of Steel, a lot of secrecy in that. Tons of secrecy in the Nolan Batman films. Which you can't really blame them. I don't blame them personally, because, number one, I like to go into these movies anymore not knowing a single thing about them. I want to go in without any rumors, we're too late for that. I want to go into these movies without any any information about the story per se. Tons of rumors, misinformation on Man of Steel, and we went into that movie. I know I did. I didn't know what to expect, and most of what I got, while I absolutely loved it, I love Man of Steel. It was my favoriteest movie of last year. It was the best movie of last year for me, hands down. Best Superman movie I've ever seen. Superman I've always wanted to see my entire life on the big screen. But there was a lot of disinformation, a lot of rumors about that. About 90% of them turned out to be false, and what we got, on the big screen was not exactly what we thought we were going to get, which I kind of like that. There were not a whole lot of rumors per se on the Dark Knight movies, just that we didn't know anything about those movies. Because Nolan plays things very, very close to the chest. And they followed that formula with Man of Steel. Now, they're following the same formula with Batman vs. Superman. And yeah, first of all, let me say that yes, I am a huge DC fan, and I'm one of those DC fans. Every rumor that comes out, yeah, I'm gonna read them, because I can't help myself. It's just something, I'm like a raccoon with shiny things. I'm gonna read every rumor, and I'll be completely honest up front before I say anything more. I love the rumors. I'm probably one of those few people that actually like the rumors, because it's all we have to go on. So until we get official word from Warner Brothers, yeah, I'm going to continue to read the rumors because they're fun. I like to read the rumors. They don't bother me. The rumors do not sway me from this movie at all. A lot of people are getting pissed off and starting to have negative things to say about this movie even before we know anything about it. I don't appreciate that, and I think that's a wrong way to go about it. You know, if you don't like the rumors, there's a very simple thing: don't read them. You know, you don't have to read them. Even if other people post these rumors, it doesn't mean you have to read them. Just, you know, there's a lot of stuff that gets put up on the interwebs that I see and I don't read. You know, it's not like I have to read every single nerd bit of news that comes out. I choose what I want to read and what I don't want to read. You know, I choose to read the Man of Steel rumors because they excite me. Now, this movie has gotten pushed back 10 months. Why it's gotten pushed back? Again, they're rumors. That's all we have to go on, are rumors. First, the rumor came out that Ben Affleck hurt his leg, I believe. He had some kind of an injury, a skiing injury or something. Pardon the cough. And they said, oh, we're going to have to delay filming till the springtime. Then we saw him at the Golden Globes. He's totally fine. He has no problems that we can see. You know, he was good. He looked still like he was fit and in shape. So that rumor kind of goes out the window. Also, a simple leg injury is not enough to warrant pushing the movie back 10 months. You know, you can get over that injury moderately fast. You know, with some physical therapy and whatnot. So that leads into speculation. Why they pushed it back 10 months? Have they dropped the ball? Either they dropped the ball way back in July when they announced this at San Diego Comic-Con, or they've dropped the ball now. Those two theories are plausible. I'm not going to say they are true, but they have credence. Then people have said, oh, they're going to film Justice League back-to-back. That theory I actually hope is true, because I would love to see that. Everyone always, no matter who you talk to or what site you go to, everybody always harkens back to the Marvel way. Because yes, Marvel's formula has totally worked for Marvel. And it's a brilliant formula, and it worked. It took the time, introduced the characters the way they did, worked up to Avengers. Avengers blew everyone away. It's a freaking fantastic movie. I love Avengers to death. Now, I'm not entirely sure that same formula will work for DC. And if it probably would, but is it the right formula to use? Marvel's already used it. And I'm sure DC sees that, but I know people say, they're trying to get their characters out too fast. Well, I mean, I agree with that, and at the same time, I don't agree with that, because back in the late 2000s, I believe his name was George Miller, was going to do a live-action Justice League movie. They had it all ready to go for the most part. I think they were going to start filming, and then Warner Brothers got cold feet and pulled the plug. I believe it was in light of the writer's strike. Okay, I don't remember anyone really bitching about that movie, introducing the characters first. Now, I'm sure because they hadn't seen Marvel's Phase 1 just yet, and the Avengers and the leading up to the Avengers, so that was probably the reason. But just because it works for Marvel, I don't know if it necessarily would work for DC, because DC's characters are completely different. They're totally different characters from the Marvel characters. And I want to see the DC characters in solo movies. But, in a way, I almost, and I've thought this before, and I know there are other people that think this too, that the Marvel or DC characters should be introduced in one movie first and branch out from there into other movies. And I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that's a good idea, because that's how they're going to do it with Batman. They're going to introduce Batman in this Batman-Superman movie, and then they do have plans to do solo Batman movies, which I think would be cool. And I think they're going to do the same thing with Wonder Woman, because Gal Gadot reportedly signed a 3-year contract with Warner Brothers to do as of now, 3 movies. It would be Batman, Superman, Justice League, and a solo Wonder Woman movie. So if she's going to do a solo Wonder Woman movie, there's chances are that she'll probably renew her contract. And I know a lot of people don't like Gal Gadot because they think she's too skinny and she can't act. Well, I'll just address that real quick because I'm getting close to my time here. I've never seen Gal Gadot act, for one thing. I don't know anything about the woman other than she's from Israel, and she was in the Fast and Furious movies. People say, well, she did great, and she did good in the Fast and Furious movies for what they were, but that's a far cry from being a Wonder Woman character. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but people. Here's the thing about us as fans and nerds, and as human beings. We're incredibly fickle people. We're fickle. We're very fickle. We are not willing to give someone the benefit of the doubt very easily. Sometimes we are, but as a species, no, we're not. Let's face it, we're not. We're not the type of people as a species to easily give someone the benefit of the doubt. Is she skinny? Yeah, she's skinny. Does that mean she can't play Wonder Woman? Not necessarily. Can she act? Well, I don't know her as an actor that well. So in a way, I'm looking at this as more unbiased than some of you that have seen her as an actress. Actor, or whatever you want to say. Now, I think actor is more politically correct, but I choose to say actress because I'm old school. Can she play Wonder Woman? I think she can. I think she can gain muscle mass, maybe eat a lot of cheeseburgers. To look at the woman and say she can't act, she can't play Wonder Woman because she's too skinny. I'm gonna say screw you guys on that one, because okay, I had my doubts when I first saw her. Now I'm willing to reserve all my judgment on the woman until I see her in a set pic. When you watch the bonus features on Man of Steel, you see the physical training that Henry Cavill, Andre Trout played Feora. The training she went through was torturous, murderous. She got ripped for that movie. And she's a skinnier woman. There is no reason on God's green earth why Gal Gadot can't put on some weight and gain muscle mass and bulk up. And I think she will. Got to give her a little time to do so. What part she has in this movie, I have no idea. I'm honestly hoping that it's a smaller role. I hope her role in this movie is likened unto Black Widow's role in Iron Man 2. She was there, but she wasn't a huge character, so I'm hoping that's kind of what we're going for. But yeah, I think we need to reserve our judgment on Gal Gadot until we actually start seeing her in her part, and even in her outfit or costume, if we're even going to see that at all. Just don't be so hard on her. I think it's good that I've never seen her act, because I'm looking at this more unbiased. I like it when they cast unknowns in these kind of roles, because you don't know them, and you can't really judge them on anything they've ever done before. So I say give her a chance. That's me. I'm sticking to that right now. Give her a chance. Ben Affleck, I had problems with Ben Affleck being cast, but the more I look at it now that I've had several months to think about it, I think he's a great choice. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him as an older Bruce Wayne. Now, as far as back to rumors real quick, Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder are in Michigan. This is confirmed. We know this for a fact. They're in Michigan right now. Zack Snyder is scouting. Henry Cavill is training, and he's living there in Detroit. There is another rumor going around, that they are filming already up in Pontiac, because Henry Cavill kind of said something about we're filming now. Maybe he let slip accidentally. He was at a bar talking to some people, which is also confirmed. Well, we don't know if they're filming in Pontiac or not, because no one can get into the soundstage. You can't look into the soundstage, so we don't know if they're filming or not. You know, there's no official statement. If they are filming, it's probably pre-production kind of filming. But we know they're up there. We know they're going to start filming. The Warner Brothers put out the press release to the actors to be ready to film ASAP, which kind of means that they're not going to push filming back like they said they are. They're going to start filming right now, which I think is good. I'm looking forward to hearing more about this. If they'll just, give us a little information. Secrecy does work, I think, but just give us just a taste. Just a little taste of the awesomeness that is to come, because I really want to know what's going on. But until then, I'm still going to read the rumors. So anyway, that's all I have to say right now. 16:29 is what I'm at, and I'm going to end this. So you guys keep calm, nerd on, and 800, and as of right now, I think it's 826 days until Man of Steel 2, May 6th, 2016. Mark your calendars, kids. And I'll talk to you guys later. So, peace out. Okay. Quick update. It was I had done the video before. Well, when it rains, it pours, fellas. We had some casting news today, some big casting news. Man of Steel 2, Batman vs. Superman, whatever you choose to call it today. So around, I guess it was, I don't know, it was about 12:30 my time. I found out that 2 people had been cast in the movie. We had Jeremy Irons has been cast as Alfred, and Jesse Eisenberg has been cast as Lex Luthor. So, real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I have to say about these things. Jeremy Irons as Alfred. Love it. I think it's great. That is a good casting choice right there. Jeremy Irons has been on the short list of possible people to play Alfred, having they ever rebooted Batman or anything. He's been on the short list of a lot of fanboys for a while now, and I like Jeremy Irons. He's great. I mean, come on, he's a good actor, really good actor. And I think he can be Alfred, he can be the English gentleman, but at the same time, I think he can embrace the badass Alfred that we've seen in, like Jeff Johns' Batman Earth 1, or even the new cartoon on Cartoon Network, Beware the Batman, kind of a badass Jason Statham-like Alfred. I think Jeremy Irons will be able to pull that off very nicely. I'm excited for that. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Okay. Social media right now is a very scary place in the wake of that casting news. When I first heard it, yeah, I was taken aback. I mean, I really was. I was completely caught off guard. We all were caught off guard. That bit of casting literally came out of nowhere. Nobody saw that coming whatsoever. Totally out of left field. I tip my hat to Warner Brothers in DC for being able to keep that a secret. I mean, honestly, that was amazing that they kept that a secret. That wasn't even, I mean, Jesse Eisenberg. Number one, Jesse Eisenberg for everybody. Literally, for everybody. For me, on the list of people possible contenders to play Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg was probably at number 100,000 on my list. Probably 1 million on other people's lists. The name Jesse Eisenberg and Lex Luthor usually are not spoken in the same sentence. And now he's going to play Lex Luthor in Batman vs. Superman. Okay. Number one, this casting is either the worst casting choice ever made, or it is a stroke of genius. And I honestly believe it's the latter one. The more I thought about this all afternoon, I had no opinion when I first heard it, because I pondered it, and I thought about it, and I started to turn the stones over in my mind thinking about this. And you know what? I believe this is a brilliant casting choice. This is brilliance. Mainly because Jesse Eisenberg is the last person on God's green earth I ever would have thought to play Lex Luthor. And it's a genius move. It is a ballsy move on Warner Brothers' part for doing this. And I know that they knew what the backlash would be when they cast this. I mean, they knew the backlash, what it was going to be for Gal Gadot. They knew what the backlash was going to be for Ben Affleck. They knew that there was going to be a lot of bitching online, a lot of bitching from the fans, naysayers, what have you. And, you know, I'm sure they told Jesse Eisenberg up front, you know what you're getting yourself into with this. Which I'm sure he did. You know, when I think of Lex Luthor, I don't think of Jesse Eisenberg, first and foremost. I mean, I would have thought, you know, Mark Strong, Bryan Cranston. These are awesome actors who could have pulled off this role of dark, menacing Lex Luthor, you know, the one that we know from the comics. The fact that they've cast Eisenberg, I think, tells you a lot about the kind of Lex Luthor that they are going to portray in this movie. There's a really good article from Screen Rant that basically said everything that I had already said before I read the article, which is kind of spooky, like they were reading my mind. I think it's a stroke of brilliance on their part. It really is, to do this. It's such a ballsy move. The Lex Luthor, I mean, Jesse Eisenberg, alright, when I think of Jesse Eisenberg normally, I like him, he's a good actor. But normally he plays these roles where okay, he's a fast talker. He's normally, for lack of a better word, he plays pussy roles in these movies. He's always portrayed as a pussy. Pardon my French. But we've never seen him in a role like this. I don't think he's ever been in a movie where he's been able to fully show his acting talent until, you know, I mean, maybe this movie will finally be that movie. I think The Social Network was a great film. I love that movie. I think, two things, which I believe in the Screen Rant article. You can find it online. I'll even post the link to the article in the notes on this video. But either one, he's a wonderkind who has made something of himself. Because let's face it, this Lex Luthor owns probably half of Metropolis. He's a 30-year-old man. He's the same age as Henry Cavill, by the way. Either he's a wonderkind who has worked his ass off to achieve what he's achieved in this universe, or he has inherited everything from his father. And I almost want to think that would be the case for this. I even have a idea, which probably won't even come to fruition, but let's say that his hatred for Superman stems from the fact that his father was killed in the Battle of Metropolis. There's an idea right there. Maybe his dad was killed. Hey, that Wayne satellite that came down took out some of the LexCorp building you see in the background there. Maybe his dad was in his office, you know, doing paperwork or whatever, and or whatever bosses do. And some of that satellite debris came through and, you know, killed him or something. I don't know. But that could be the case. Maybe his father dies in the Battle of Metropolis. Lex now inherits everything, and you know, and he's a little bit pissed off with Superman. It's possible, possibility. I know that, you know, Zack Snyder and company, David Goyer. I'm gonna say Christopher Nolan too, because I mean he produced the Man of Steel. I think I know he's still producing this. I'm not exactly sure how big of a part he's playing in this movie, but they have hinged everything on Man of Steel to kickstart the DCU. They know full well what hinges on this Batman versus Superman Man of Steel 2 movie. They know. They're not stupid. They're not a bunch of idiots who don't know what the hell they're doing, despite what a lot of people think. You know, I wouldn't even be a bit surprised if Eisenberg and Irons weren't cast late last year, and they're just finally telling us now. You know, maybe even earlier than that, for all we know. We don't know. They're not telling us anything. But they know what's hinged on this movie. They know how important it is. You know, casting Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor wasn't just something they pulled out of the hat one day, you know, sitting around a boardroom table. Hey, how about Eisenberg? Yeah, well, sure. I'll cast him. Nah, they didn't do that. They cast him for a reason. And I believe that they know what they're doing as far as these casting choices. I refuse to believe they don't. I'll say that. I refuse that. Maybe that's my blindness, but I'm not really. I don't care. I am going to continue to believe until the movie comes out. And then the movie, you know, until they know what they're doing. When the movie comes out, then I'll make my decision if the movie is crap or not. But they cast Jesse Eisenberg for a reason. I think his Lex Luthor is going to be something different than we've seen. It's going to be a young Lex Luthor. And I am very excited. I can't wait to see what he's going to bring to this role. I mean, damn it, Zack Snyder. I mean, yeah, he's freaking... Where did he pull this card from? You know, I mean, I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm very happy about this casting choice. Jeremy Irons is Alfred. I'm happy about that too. That's going to be great. And, you know, we're definitely going to be seeing more casting news as months progress this year. So we're not done yet. We have more. And I don't believe that Lex Luthor is even going to be the main antagonist in this movie. It's going to be, we're going to have another villain, a proper villain. They're setting up Lex Luthor for something more. Maybe he'll come to play more in Justice League. I don't know. But I don't believe that he's going to be the main villain. They're going to definitely have someone bigger and badder for Superman and Batman to fight. And even Wonder Woman, if she's going to be fighting in this movie at all. I wouldn't doubt that Lex might be... He's being set up as the puppet master, but we'll see. But that was it. Casting news, man. I mean, wow. Came out of left field. I'm still pumped. I'm still running on adrenaline from this news. So I don't know what you guys think, but I hope you're happy with this news. I know a lot of you probably are not, but you know, it's apples and oranges. So I'm heading off now. Talk to you guys later. Keep calm and nerd on. Man of Steel 2, May 6th, 2016. There we go.